Hi, Carla. Oceana here with G3 Agency with your free website audit for Brothers Landscaping Design and Installation in Denver, Colorado. In this free SEO website audit provided by G3 Agency, I'm going to show you 3 to 4 things that you can do to get Brothers in front of people searching for landscape services in the Denver metro area. Like I said on the phone, I don't expect anything in return for this video. It's sort of a feel-good karma thing that I'm doing, pushing out this information to the people who could use it. And of course, I do this professionally. So if you wanted help with any of this stuff, this is the equivalent of me hanging my sign on your door, except that my sign can actually do something for you, even if you never reached out to me. So that's kind of the idea behind this video. So I would love some feedback on it, though. If you take the time to watch it and you have the time to let me know, just if it was helpful, if I was clear. That'll really help me to make the next one even better, as I'm always trying to improve myself. All right, I'm going to jump right in. It took long enough to introduce, so let's go. First thing I always look for on a website is a click to call phone number, and you do have a phone number, and it is displayed here at the top. I would maybe make this a bit larger, but more importantly, I would make it a click to call, because that's going to help the 70% about 70% of website visitors that will be on their phone. The second thing is content. How many words are on the site and how are the images saved? So I can see that there are some words on your site, but definitely not enough. Sorry. So we suggest to our clients that they have a minimum of 3,000 words on their homepage and 1,500 words on the other pages at least. The reason is Google loves content. It thinks that if you have more words on your page about a topic, as long as they're relevant words, that you must be the subject matter expert. You must be the one who's the most relevant to its searchers. So that'll really help you get above the competition and up there at the top of the Google results. The second thing is, like I said, the images. So if I right click on an image, click Save Image As, I can see this was saved as home.png, and that's not really helping you much. What you want to actually do is resave all of these images, and this time you want to save them as key phrases that people are actually typing into Google when they're searching for your services and they're in your service area. So, or at least that they're interested in your service area. So I'll show you how to find those exact keywords that people are actually typing in a moment. But first I want to show you this. So this is Ahrefs. It's a tool that my agency uses. It's like one of my favorite toys. So what it does is it gives us an in-depth look into how a website is performing. So it's one thing for a website to look nice, which your website looks beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, but it's another thing for it to actually function as a lead generation machine, which is what I love about websites. So here is your UR and your DR scores. Basically, these are how much Google thinks your website is trustworthy. And specifically this page, your home page in this case, is the UR score. DR score is the same thing, but for your whole website. And these are very low scores. How we lift up those scores and make it so you're more likely to end up on that first page of Google is through backlinks and referring domains. So what a backlink is any other site on the internet that points back to your site Hold on, I don't think I said that right. So a backlink is a link on another website that points back to your website. A referring domain is a website that has at least one of these links pointing to your site. So you have 2 different websites pointing to your website a total, or at least this page, which is your home page. Although I did domain, so I think this is your whole website here. So you have 2 different websites pointing to your website 3 times. So you definitely want to increase this. However, be careful, because you want to go out and you want to get backlinks from sites that are both relevant to your industry and that have high scores here. Basically, having a vote of confidence from a website that's relevant to your industry and has good scores will help to raise your score. But having a lot of links that are from websites that are low quality not relevant to your industry, those are actually going to drag your score down. Of course, it couldn't go much lower than this, but it's not going to help you lift up, that's for sure. Okay, and then we have organic keywords and organic traffic. So an organic keyword is any phrase that can be typed into Google and someone would find you in the first 100 results. However, being on the 11th result, which is the first result on the second page, is just about as bad as not existing at all. So you really want to be in those top 10, or else you're not going to get the traffic that you want. And that's why you could be showing up for 9 keywords but see 0 traffic. And I can actually look and see what those keywords are. So Brother Carlos reviews, you're on the 4th page for that. Landscaping Denver, Colorado, that's definitely one that you would want to show up for. It's got 200 search volume, so 200 people on average are typing that each month. And then you have a keyword difficulty of 12. And a keyword difficulty, or KD as they abbreviate here, is on a scale from 0 to 100. How difficult does this tool, Ahrefs, think it would be to get to the front page of Google? Now, 12 sounds like a low score, but we really like to go after 5 and below, because that's going to take a lot less time, effort to get to the top or to the front page of Google than like a 12 or 20 or higher than that. It's kind of it's a sharp incline of difficulty, right? So we really like to go after those lower score ones, like Denver, Colorado, oh wait, no, I was looking at the wrong one. That one's got a 20. So I'll show you some other ones in a moment. But those are the ones that you're showing up for. The highest you're showing up is the 4th page. After that, it's the 5th, 6th, 7th, and even the 10th page there. So, okay, so now I'm going to show you some keywords that I found that I thought might interest you. So we've got, I put in the areas that are real close to home. Let's see, is this the one that has real close to home? I wasn't sure how far you wanted to travel for work, so I kind of did 2 different scenarios for you. So we've got, this one is the further out one. So this includes like Colorado Springs and Fort Collins, those kinds of places. And then I put in the different services that you offer. So here's Landscaping Colorado Springs. It's got a KD of 11 and search volume of 500. If you were sitting in the first position for that, you'd expect to get 30% of that traffic. If you're in the first position, now mind you, and there can only be one, so it's a difficult spot to get into. But if you were, you would be getting, that'd be 150-ish people visiting your site every month because you're in the first spot. But it's a keyword difficulty of 11, which means it's going to take a long time to get up there to that spot to see any real results from it. So that's why I went over and I looked at some more close to home ones. And you can see I kind of highlighted some here. You're welcome to pause and take a look at these. Yeah, so those were some that I found, but I like these ones better. They're closer to home. And I did have a bunch highlighted. I accidentally hit the refresh button. But I did find one that I really liked in this one, which is this Landscaping Lakewood, Colorado. So it's got a keyword difficulty of 0. Mind you, that doesn't mean that it's going to take no time at all. It doesn't mean it's going to happen overnight. SEO doesn't work that way. Usually SEO starts really kicking in about month 3. So you do a bit of work in the beginning, and you keep doing that work, and eventually that helps get you to the top. But it's something that you, my colleague likes to say, you have to, you sink or swim, you can't doggy paddle. So you got to keep working at it. But the 0 means that it's going to be very attainable. And I like that 150 keyword volume. That's decent. Because landscaping jobs, they're not cheap. You make a good little profit on them. So if you can get a few, that's going to be worth it, especially with a low KD like this. So if you're sitting in the first position for this one, which wouldn't be nearly as difficult to do as that other one I was showing you a moment ago, you would expect to see 30% of 150, so that would be about 45. About 45 visitors to your site. Um, the conversion after they get to your site is going to be a little different depending on your call of action, all that kind of stuff. But you know, you could theoretically get a few jobs a month just from sitting in the top for this one keyword, and then those other keywords, you know, like here we have Lakewood landscape. That's the same people, you know, same people in Lakewood looking for landscape services. There's another 100 people searching that every month, and you've got another 0 KD. So that's really cool. And then Lakewood observation deck. I don't know if that's a place. Maybe that's a place that's in Lakewood. I'm not sure. But if not, then that might be people looking for your services. But that's one that a local would have to answer. So I used this Lakewood, landscaping Lakewood, Colorado as my keyword to take a look at on Google. So if I get onto Google and I type in landscaping Lakewood, Colorado, this is what I get. Usually there's some ads at the top. They're not showing up for me right now. And then we have the map pack. So how you get into the map pack is a little different than organically, how you get up into the organic results. So I just want to go over that really fast. It's kind of simple, but it's really cool. So one of the main things that you can do is add citations. What a citation is it's your name, address, and phone number listed exactly the way it's listed on your Google My Business, but all over different directories online. So like Yelp, Yext, City Star, White Pages, Yellow Pages, Facebook, all of these are different directories, and there are many more. And what you can do is go and you make sure that you list it exactly the same way as your Google My Business listing is listed, with your name, address, and phone number spelled exactly the same way. Google then goes and finds all of those citations online and goes, oh wow, these people are really being talked about. They must be legitimate. And so that's going to help to lift you up into the map pack. If you're in the top 3 for any map in any area, you're going to show up on the first page here, so that's pretty exciting. Okay, but not nearly as exciting as being in this spot right here. This is what's called the #1 organic result, and it gets statistically about 30% of all of the traffic that comes to this page. So out of that 150, 45 are going to be statistically clicking on this first one. Now here's a couple interesting things. This is a Yelp web page, and the second one is another directory. So we've got 2 directories before we even get to one local result. But Google would prefer to show a local result if it finds one that is worthy of being in that first spot. But these guys are the closest to worthy, but still not good enough to beat these guys. So we're going to want to outshine them a lot, but it is good to take a look and see what they're doing in order to get past them, and then, you know, keep doing better in order to get past the others too. First of all, they've got more words on their page, but not that many. Definitely not that 3,000 minimum that I was talking about. So that's one way we can outdo them. And then they don't even have images, so they're not taking advantage of those saving images as keywords. They're definitely not, because there's not even an image here. And then if we throw them into Ahrefs, our little tool here, we can see that they don't have any backlinks or referring domains. So they're only showing up for their content, but we can take a look at what they're showing up for, and this is kind of fun because now we can see landscaping Lakewood, Colorado. They're showing up. They're only getting 15 traffic because they're in that 3rd position. They're not in that 1st. Lakewood landscape, 100. Lawn care Lakewood. So these are all different things that you could include in your content as well. That is the end of my presentation here. This is my phone number. Please reach out to me with any questions that you have. Real quick recap, you want to increase the words on your home page and on your other pages, implement those backlinks, and add citations to directories across the internet in order to boost your visibility and get to the front page of Google, start getting those phone calls. Okay, so yeah, please reach out to me with any questions that you have. I'm really happy to do this for you guys, and I really hope that you found it helpful. Okay, thanks. Bye.